Steve Jobs, the visionary who changed the world. Some names define an era. Some ideas change the world forever. And some people never give up until they make history. This is the story of Steve Jobs, the visionary who transformed technology, business, and human lives. San Francisco, California, 1955. On February 24, 1955, a baby boy was born in San Francisco. His name was Steve Jobs. But what many don't know is that he was given up for adoption. Adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs, Steve grew up in a modest household in Silicon Valley. His father, a mechanic, taught him how to take things apart and put them back together. Little did anyone know, this curious child would soon take the world apart and rebuild it in his own vision. Steve was brilliant but restless. College didn't excite him. He felt like he was wasting his time and his parents' money. So, after just 6 months, he dropped out. But he didn't stop learning. He stayed on campus, sleeping on friends' floors, eating free meals at a Hare Krishna temple, and studying calligraphy. This, he would later say, was the reason Apple computers had beautiful fonts. Seeking enlightenment, Jobs traveled to India. He embraced spirituality and minimalism, a philosophy that would shape his products forever. In 1976, at just 21, Steve Jobs and his best friend, Steve Wozniak, started Apple in a garage. With no fancy offices, no big investors, just a vision to create computers that anyone could use. They sold their first product, the Apple I, and within a year, Apple Computers was a growing startup. The Apple II changed everything. It became one of the first successful personal computers, making Apple a multi-million-dollar company. But Steve wanted more. He introduced the Macintosh in 1984, the first computer with a graphical interface. But it was expensive, and didn't sell as expected. Jobs was brilliant but difficult. His perfectionism made him a hard leader to work with. Tensions grew, and in 1985, the unthinkable happened. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he had built. But failure didn't stop him. Jobs started a new company, NeXT, focusing on advanced computers. Though it struggled, the technology was ahead of its time. Then, Jobs took another risk. He bought a struggling animation company called Pixar. And in 1995, Pixar released Toy Story, the first ever fully computer-animated movie. It was a massive success. Meanwhile, Apple was on the verge of collapse. Desperate, they brought Jobs back in 1997. His first move, cutting unnecessary products and focusing on innovation. The iMac was just the beginning. Then came the iPod, iTunes, the iPhone, and the iPad. Apple became the most valuable company in the world. But even as he changed the world, a battle was raging inside him. In 2003, Steve Jobs was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. For years, he fought, never stopping, never slowing down. On October 5, 2011, the world lost one of its greatest minds. But his impact, his vision, they live on. Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." And he did. Thank you, Steve. If you found this story inspiring, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Billionaires Success Stories for more inspiring content. Remember, persistence is the key to success. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep pushing, and never give up.